So let's talk about why we have to be good at this. Why is it important for us to be good at this? Well, the fact is, if we don't do this, who's going to do it? I mean, your kids, your 2-year-old and 4-year-old, are never going to jump up into your lap and say, Daddy, when you were at work today, I was flipping through the channels and I was watching CNBC Finance, and they had this thing on about life insurance. And they were talking, this is your 2-year-old and 4-year-old. They were talking about life insurance, and they were saying that you need to take the amount of life insurance you have, cut it in half, drop to zero, and that's how much income we're going to have. And I was thinking, you make about $80,000, so we should have about $80,000. So in order to do that, you need about $1.6 billion of coverage. You got that taken care of, Daddy? Never going to happen. Spouse never even brings it up. They're afraid to talk about it because they don't want to sound like they're greedy or they're, oh my God, I'm thinking about you dying. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody ever wants to talk about mortality or death. So who the heck's going to do it if we don't do it? We have to do it. We're the surrogate. Pretend that you are representing those children. Think about it. If you don't do the right thing and you say, the guy calls in and he makes $80,000 and he wants to buy $250 and you don't want to be a pain in the ass, so what you do is you take the order for $250, then they die. And if you'd have been good at what you do, he'd own $1 million. And who did you help? You were a nice guy. You weren't pushy. You were a nice guy. You took the order. You made the sale. You feel like a big shot. But if you were good at what you do, that family would have $1 million and those kids would have a chance at a decent life and they wouldn't have to move out of their house and into a trailer park and move to, to Omaha, Nebraska from Schaumburg or whatever. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's no reason for them to have a bad life if you're good at what you do. You have to be good at what you do. You have a responsibility to be good at what you do. So few people do it anymore. If we're going to do it, we owe it to, number one, we owe it to the people we're talking to, first and foremost, to our customers. We have a responsibility to be good at this. To yourself, you have a responsibility to be good at this. If you're good at this, you'll sell more of it. And if you sell more of it, guess what? You get to make more money. So everybody, and by the way, it's good for the company and it's good for the insurance company. I mean, it's all good for everybody if you're good at this. If you suck at this, it's bad for everybody. But most of all, it's bad for the customer that drew your card when they called. And they got you when they could have got Bill or Tom or Howard or somebody else that would have sold them if you didn't, or would have sold them the right amount if you didn't. We have a responsibility to be good at this. It's a moral and ethical responsibility, in addition to the financial responsibility to be as good as we can be at whatever we do.